Guys, I'm Anna and I'm a sophomore marketing major at LMU. And today I will be interviewing Morgan Chiarelli. Morgan is an event manager at Kesselboomer, and Kesselboomer is a member company of AWSF. AWSF stands for Association of Woodworking and Furnishing Suppliers. AWFS is the largest national trade association in the U.S., representing the interests of the broad array of companies that supply the home and commercial furnishings industry. Hello, Morgan.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for being here. So to start off, could you describe what your typical workday entails and what the first few years in this career was like?
Absolutely. So I work for a German manufacturing company, Kesselboomer. So we're based in Germany, but I work at the U.S. headquarters in Wilmington, North Carolina. I stumbled my way into this career 5.5 years ago. I had just moved to Wilmington to pursue my bachelor's degree at UNCW for international business, and one of my neighbors invited me to a party, and there was this girl, Anna, and we started mingling, and sure enough, she was looking for an intern. I was looking for an internship. And that just goes to show you never know where an opportunity may arise, right? So
Right.
always try to be presenting your best self and, being aware of the opportunities that could arise. I was interning while going to school full time, so my life contained a lot of learning, a lot of coffee, minimal sleep, as I'm sure you know.
We're in the midst of it.
Oh my gosh, yes, it's hard work, but I tell you, I don't regret any of it. Depending on the semester, I'd either go to school from 8 to 10 and then work from 10 to 2 and then go back to school until either like 6 or 9:30 at night, depending on the day.
Yeah.
But you definitely have more energy in your late teens and early 20s, so, just get through the grunt work, girlfriend.
There you go.
And now 5 years later, I manage our trade shows. It's a $500,000 budget that we spend every year at AWFS show and another big industry show. And so I moved from intern to, product developer to, just my associates. And now I'm project manager, which is really great. And my point being, there is a light at the end of the tunnel that doesn't include nightly homework. So, just find what you enjoy and stick with it.
Amazing. All right. So talking a little bit more about your sort of college and educational experience before becoming an employee at Kesselboomer, what high school courses or college courses have you found to be most applicable or most important for your occupation?
So high school is a little bit more of just like the base classes, right? You don't have a ton of leeway with what you can choose, but I definitely encourage everyone to take time to really explore options when it comes to college and your concentration. Taking the time to think about what you would enjoy and subsequently what information you want to obtain to excel in that career. That'll kind of help guide you towards the classes to take. And if you're having trouble like I did, I just worked backwards. So I looked at all the concentrations, what courses I would have to take to get that concentration, that degree. And that's what led me away from international business, which is what I was pursuing when I moved to Wilmington, and into operations management. So I love learning about where things come from, where they go, sometimes doing like logistical investigation, like where are my goods, they should be here, they should have been here days ago. And of course, there are tons of online career tests, personality tests, guidance counselors, mentors at your disposal. So I can't really know any that helped with me besides just ones in my concentrations,
Right.
They have very like standard names, Operations 101 and international marketing, things like this. But
definitely
utilize the experience and guidance available.
Yeah, definitely. And then just to follow up on that, are there any classes that in hindsight you wish you had taken that you didn't?
Wish I would have taken. Yes, but not really inside my career. Definitely more like psychology classes, getting inside somebody's head, especially as I don't really work from a sales perspective. I'm getting sold to more often than not. And so it'd be good to know like those tactics that they learned in school to use on me type of deal.
Definitely. Seeking the other side. That's cool. Yeah. So what part-time jobs, apprenticeships or internships or extracurricular activities would best prepare you for this occupation, do you think?
So, I had the perfect little leeway. I started working at Kesselboomer and I'm still here. So it's really all that I know, but My number one piece of advice, just taking the initiative, getting involved, meet people who are interested in the same things as you. Like right when I moved to Wilmington, I went to the UNCW club fair at our college and joined a tons of clubs that really helped prepare me for my career, as well as just kind of like getting out of my shell and meeting with like-minded individuals, not feeling like nerdy that I'm so interested in operations and like how things get from point A to point B.
Right.
And just like joining clubs, I joined the International Trade Association, which taught me a lot about like tariffs and things like this. Oh. And then I founded the International Business Student Association at UNCW, which teaches you about writing bylaws and all the bureaucracy that goes into school clubs, but also like our day-to-day, like at the end of the day, I'm kind of a glorified paper pusher some days, right? So sure. It's good to know the chain of command and, having other people rely on you, that you have to be good at time management and things of that nature.
That's awesome. So what are the benefits of being a member of AWFS?
So for us, brand awareness within the woodworking industry is really important. Kesselboomer manufactures convenience storage, so like fancy shelving for your kitchen and bath. And so just getting out into the eyes of woodworkers, custom woodworkers will put our product in their cabinets, but they have to know about us first, right? And on top of that, just networking. AWFS puts on this huge trade show every other year. And so as a member, you get to be a part of this national community. And as a student, you get insight into that database, which could be great. I mean, you can reach out to anybody. And as a student, they'd be so happy to help you with whatever questions, whatever help you can need,
Nice. That's awesome. So can you tell me about the networking or educational opportunities offered by AWFS a little bit more?
Yes. So networking for us, like I mentioned, is mostly just through the woodworking trade show AWFS hosts every other year in Vegas. We bring our 30 by 40 square foot booth that's bigger than my first apartment and just educate the industry on our products. It's a great opportunity for us, as brand awareness is huge in the U.S. markets that tend to be really saturated with options for everything. As far as educational opportunities, AWFS is always a huge supporter of the upcoming workforce, as you know, sitting on the other side of this interview. I volunteer with a local nonprofit teaching kids woodworking. And the minute Amy and Kim from the AWFS board heard about it, they had me put together a press release that they exposed to all of their contacts. And it's just the industry supporting the industry, and I see it all the time. AWFS is supporting apprenticeships and webinars, and at the show in Vegas, they'll have a ton of continuing education courses that people in the industry can sign up for, or students as well.
Oh, that's so great. So what did you find most surprising about this career?
I love that question because honestly, it never even occurred to me that this career or industry existed. I mean, everyone has kitchens and cabinets, right? But you never really think about how they get there.
Right.
I was surprised by all of it, but definitely the depth and the interconnection of the industry. We're all a part of this huge logistical chain, right? So from architects to builders to manufacturers, and then the designers that eventually get all of our creations put into somebody's kitchen to enjoy on a day-to-day basis. So just the exposure of all of it was so surprising to me. I never expected to know so much about a cabinet, ever.
I bet. I feel like there's so many industries out there, especially this one, where you're just oh yeah, of course there's job opportunities and people need other people in this industry. So that's great.
Exactly.
So is there anything else you'd like to add or think would help someone considering this occupation?
I would just say, even as I mentioned with school, just get involved as possible. As soon as you sign up and you're a member of AWFS, you have so many amazing mentors and different facets of the industry right at your fingertips to shoot an email, ask questions. So I just encourage anyone to explore options. And like you mentioned, we've talked about, you don't even know what's out there until you really start digging. So there can be something for everyone, I think, in our industry.
Well, awesome. It was so great to talk with you today, Morgan. So thank you for being here and answering our questions.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me. It's so great.
Alrighty. Thank you for joining us, and I hope you learned more about the AWFS. For more information, please visit the AWFS Q Career page and find out how AWFS can help you with your career development. Until next time, have a good week and goodbye.